Welcome back to the second part of our episode of All That in a Bar of Soap. Thank you again to Jay Rubin for pouring his heart out and us learning a little bit about him and his upcoming events. Cool. Okay, this next part of the episode, we're going to add Michael Salisbury, a.k.a. Switch, to the crew here, and we're going to ask him a quick round of questions, and then he's going to join us for our episode where we're going to go over some topics. So Stay tuned and get ready for Switch.
Man, BG Sorcerer, hey, what's he throwing? What's gonna happen? Damn, they had no faith in you, baby. Let's see what you got. Yeah. Sorry, you made $30. He's on better. How much did he give you, Austin? Nothing. What's he throwing? BG Sorcerer, same bag. Hey, what's he throwing? What's gonna happen? Yeah. Watch the fucking ball. Hey, why did he make it? That's why. Hey, watch the Bucks. Hey, you still good? He got it already.
All right, everybody. Welcome Michael Salisbury, a.k.a. Switch. Hey, man. Thanks, Switch. Good, man. Good. Thank you for being with us, man, and doing this for us. It's we're glad to have you here.
Thanks for having me.
Here we go. No problem, brother. So who's got the first question? Matt, you got a question for the man?
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you're local to us, but for people who don't know you, tell us who you are, maybe a couple accolades. I see a couple plaques right behind you.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Michael Salisbury, a.k.a. The Switch. I've been playing competitively for about 3 years now. Just like playing bags. Other than that, I work a lot and go fishing and hang out with my kids.
Oh, sounds good there.
Yeah.
What do you got, Nancy?
No, I was going to ask him. He actually answered my question before he even asked him. I was going to ask him how long he's been playing because the guy's so dang good, man. How long had you been playing to get this good, man? Competitively, or what made you start playing the game of cornhole? What got you into it? Because you're damn good at it, and a quick 3 years you said. I heard, but yeah.
I was just a backyard player, and then I was out door dashing with my wife, and we went by Smith's Garage in downtown McHenry, and I seen bags flying in the air.
Uh-huh.
So I looked them up on Facebook and found McHenry County Bag Bandits, and it started from there when I went out to a couple of their tournaments out in Lakemore, and then I just started playing.
Yeah.
And then I seen that I needed to pick up my game a little bit, so I would practice 2 hours a day, and now I'm at where I'm at.
Nice.
Nice, man.
Yeah, but my questions would be more towards, I mean, we've been playing against each other for a long time now. I mean, I don't even remember. The first time I think I ran into you was at Duquesne, I think.
Yes.
what your ability is just climbed so high, dude, to where you're right there at the point of you're super serious and you can tell, and I guess my question would be especially with Brody too, you guys are so competitive. It's awesome to watch and play with you guys. But what are your future goals as far as like where you guys are you leading towards getting serious and jumping in and getting, to being elite and climb up there to get to pro? I mean, what's your future goals?
Right now, I'm actually putting out for sponsorships to help with my elite membership, travel to some of the opens that, I can do in 2 or 3 days and be able to still not miss much work.
Right.
Brody, on the other hand, he's at that point, but the position he's in because of his age, it's a little bit harder because for him to qualify as a junior pro, he has to go to all the and do all the junior opens, and it's just not feasible for him right now for that. And to get his pro card, he has to be 18, so he has a couple more years for that.
Wow. Yeah.
Nice. Hey, a question: how did you get to the nickname Switch? The Switch.
So I am ambidextrous, so I can throw right and left. I do a lot of things right-handed and left-handed. So my mom was left-handed, so she taught me to eat and write left-handed. My dad was right-handed, so all the sports stuff my dad taught me right-handed. And then then for me to do the sports stuff left-handed, I taught myself because it felt weird, but it's like the more you do it, it just feels natural.
Yeah.
My left hand, I'm not as high quality right-handed when I play bags, but I can shoot probably mid-7 to 8 left-handed.
No way. That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So, I mean, that brings me another question. Would you use that like in an actual game?
If I practice more left-handed, I would absolutely.
Yeah, because there's some times, some shots are better for the other side,
All right, you need to get the other spin.
Well, perfect example would be if you're throwing right-handed and you're over the board and you need to collect, you can step out, use your left hand, and you have more of a chance to collect.
Yeah. You can get that angle proper.
Yeah,
you can get that angle proper. That'd be huge. So onto the serious topics. ACL changed some rules. There's some rules out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
The big one. What do you think about the no step rule? How do you think it's? I don't think it affects you too much, but how do you think it affects the players and the overall game? Not just pros and higher. I'm talking from grandpa playing in the backyard, 95 years old, to the kids starting up.
Right. So for the ones that have to have the step, it's going to be quite an adjustment for them. It might change their game a little bit. They might go down. They might go up. It all depends on how well they can adjust to it. But I know a lot of the players that were doing the step, most of the time it was for a hard push. So it's actually going to soften their push game a little bit without having to go over that foul line. So, I mean, there are going to be players that are going to struggle a little bit, but they will adapt.
I tend to agree. Remy, what's your take on that?
I think it's going to affect a lot of the younger kids. They have to take that full stride, and to have to stop on the line now, that's going to totally affect their game. And me and Essie, we almost played against Little Cash, who was 8 or 9. Mm-hmm. He's still little, but I mean, for him to get momentum, to get that 27 feet, it's crazy. I think it's going to affect a lot of people mentally and physically. So we'll see. It's going to be up to whoever adjusts quicker. Yeah. So, I mean, I've adjusted mine. We were allowed to cross the line as long as you kept that back foot planted, and I crossed it. I didn't care. My back foot was planted. Yep. But now I switched it back once I knew the rule was no more crossing at all.
Yeah.
I have no problem. I'm actually shooting real good right now. I'm not even worrying about it, so I don't even care. But it
Yeah,
is
Yeah,
kind
it's that muscle memory.
watching you the other day. Yeah, it's true. Nasty, I watch you all the time. I don't think I've ever seen you step over. So I don't know. I don't think this applies to you a whole heck of a lot.
No, not at all. If anything, I more step to the side. Like when I throw it, I'm actually going to the side more than I do cross going forward for some reason. But yeah, it wouldn't affect me at all. I don't
Yeah,
instill.
Los, I'm pretty sure it's the same for you. Doesn't affect you much, if at all.
No, not at all. The only thing I get closer to the line is when I want to do an airmail. I realize that if I throw my normal shot and just get the front foot as close as the line, but not there, and throw, I get better airmails. So that's the only time. But I don't step; it's a planted foot, and then my back foot is planted, kind of like just a rocking pitch. So no, it doesn't affect me. But the funny thing is, I do remember since I followed one of the sites on I think Facebook, and there's a lot of quiet people that didn't want to be known who complained about line passers, but then a lot of people would maybe because they didn't want to get like criticized or like no, I think it's okay. I think it's okay. I don't care. It doesn't bug me. In reality, I think it irks somebody. It's just rules, Mill. Like you should follow the rules. If you need to go over, I
Yep.
understand if you're a child of a certain age, but if you're an adult, you should have to follow the rules and not pass them, not pass that line. That line
Yeah.
is, sacred.
The rules
Matt,
are rules.
question for you, Matt. How strict do you think they're gonna enforce that? Like right off the bat. I mean, is it like boom? What's the penalty for it?
Right. That was my next question. I was going to follow up with Remy's question too. Like, what would be the penalty, anyways, for crossing
Well,
that line?
initially they were talking about. I guess it depended on where it was at. So this was really early when I heard about this. It wasn't. This was back in June, July, late June, early July. I heard about this rule coming. And then they wanted worlds and throwdown to finish, and then all that happened. And they were talking about that rule and how it was supposed to be enforced. And do you enforce it every time? Because I mean, at the end of the day, it's black or white. You either cross the line or you didn't. There's no messing around with it, right? Or do you throw a warning at like an infraction, like a half a foot over your full step, full push? That's a full penalty. They haven't really given us instruction on how strict to enforce it or whether to throw out a warning. I mean, at this point, it's still a referee's discretion and how I do think it'll make it a little bit different because when you have the step over rule, there's like a margin of error. Like just when you watch football, basketball, or any of your other favorite sports, the referees have a human error aspect to it. You know what I mean? The way that they saw it. You don't have that in a black or white rule like that. You either stepped over the line or you didn't step over the line.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I think it takes the human error out. So at the end of the day, it could be enforced as black or white, but from my understanding, at least not yet. I'm sure there'll be meetings in the near future on how strictly that will be enforced. I would probably watch. They want to have referees on all the streams, like all the ones you see on Facebook, YouTube, obviously ESPN. So you'll be able to see how strictly it's enforced there potentially. Usually you don't see the ref on the camera at all, but I'm sure you'll get a reaction from the players or something like that eventually once it becomes, maybe a dead bag or something along that line when you do step over the line. You know what I mean?
Look at bowling. Bowling has a sensor. You know what I'm saying? Bowling, you go anywhere, the minute you touch that line,
We have a light that comes on. Yeah.
Yeah, you have a foul. So, I mean, hey, listen. So, like, if it's a rule, it's a rule, right? It's like it sucks. Maybe they change something for the youngins, so the youngins, have like maybe a half step closer if they're a certain age or weight, And then for the adults, too bad, so sad. It is what it is.
No, for sure. And then another rule that I found that I didn't hear about until the more recent when they were released, and I kind of like it. I'm not gonna lie. On the stream courts and the TV broadcasts, no headphones.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm going to actually bring that up.
No headphones.
Of any type, huh? No in ears or nothing.
Nope.
I found
Ban
out
for
why they're
headphones
doing that.
implemented on TV.
Why?
What do we got?
But you
So
got to switch.
through the grapevine, I heard that they started that rule because of the betting. How you can bet on cornhole players. Somebody is saying like the under or over or whatever and they're talking to somebody saying, "Hey, miss this bag and you can get, it's 800 to 1 or something." You know what I mean? So I
that
think
makes
that's
sense.
what that's why that rule went in place.
I never
I was
thought of
thinking
that.
that it
aspect
was
of
going to
it.
be for maybe they were working a deal with a headphone company, like Bose is for the
Maybe.
NFL.
Yeah,
Like
all
maybe
right.
they're going to come out there with some beats or something. You never know.
No, I never thought that. That's a good point. That I mean, what you heard, that is definitely something that could happen for real. Because I mean, you got your headphones attached to your actual phone, and someone
Yeah.
could be
Yeah,
watching live. Like, yo, miss this
make
thing. Boost the odds on this bet. You know what I mean? That definitely makes sense.
phones that are just listening only. You can't talk or
Yeah.
be on a phone
Right.
call with them or something.
Those are very far and few between. Most of the ones now I have all microphones in them and all that jazz. So.
And again, some people need that, need to block out the distractions, so they put on some music or whatever,
Yeah.
But
That's going to be tough for some of them.
Yeah.
One of the last ones I wanted to talk about, and it's one that most of us probably take for granted, myself included if I'm playing singles for sure. Leaving the box too early if
Yeah.
your opponent is throwing their last bag.
I was gonna
Please
say,
make sure that you watch your steps and do not leave until that bag stops on the other end or goes in the hole. That at the or
That
falls
rule I
off the
do
box,
not
I guess.
agree with.
I guess I get
If
it.
you already
kinda,
threw your
because
last
if you run down
bag,
there, it doesn't give it the time to.
yeah.
if you already threw your
the-
last bag, you shouldn't have to stand there and wait for them to finish. You're kind of giving them an advantage by stepping out of their view.
I mean,
Yeah.
typically you'd be out of their view anyway.
I just think it's because so many people abused it. It's like they started walking as you're throwing. It's like, okay, well, we're gonna have. How do you eliminate it at that point? Then you're gonna have to make them penalized if they, right on the border. People do that to kind of mess up your last throw. Like, hurry up and throw it, man. And they start walking.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting one, and it also, if they leave the box too early, the time from you going there to the other side, you'll have more time during the time for the next person to throw, and the less amount of time for their bag to finish moving per se. So it's kind of interesting. I don't really affect it. Doesn't really affect me much. I'm relatively patient, but I can get I can understand somebody being in the flow and they're ready to go. They got the momentum and they want to keep them. You know what I mean? I can totally see that side of it too.
It
So
just
are
seems like
they talking about going out of the box forward to cross the court, or stepping out of the
Yeah.
box completely, like going behind the board?
No, going forward to make it to the other side of the court, like in singles.
Right.
Okay.
To walk the other side of the court.
Because
Yeah.
I thought they said it was
Yeah, no,
for
straight
doubles
ahead, going
too.
across.
Like you have to stand in the box till all bags are thrown.
Yeah.
I heard that might be coming, but I don't see that specified because I'm looking at the updated rules, the changes. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, only 8 changes, and only 2 or 3 of them are like would hit you on a game to game basis,
Right.
in my opinion.
it seems like to me that thing is like one of those etiquette rules that people that leave their bags on the board and they pick it up when the other guy's throwing, kind of messing with them.
Yeah.
Just one of those things. It's like anything they can to get an advantage. It's just like if you need that, then I don't know. To me, do better, I guess.
I mean, that's a good way to put it. No, for sure. Jumping off the rule topic for a minute, a handful of new teams popping up in the ACL.
Switch and who?
But you got your eye on any teams that you're excited to see? Maybe some teams that you might call underdogs. What do you think?
Underdogs? I'm gonna say Quinn and his partner. I can't remember exactly who he has.
Oh, you know what? We were just talking about him last night.
The same as last year, or did he get a new partner?
No, he has a different partner.
Oh, okay.
He announced it, right?
Yeah, he announced it. I just don't remember who his partner was, who he said.
Oh,
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Partnership that I'm actually excited to see is Jimmy Graham and JT, man, Jacob Trzynski.
That's interesting.
I'm excited to see that partnership, man. Those two guys. Jacob is since he left what's his name, Tony, he's been He's doing all right, man. Because he was always the B side to Tony Stewart, right? He was always the B
Yeah.
side, and I feel like, man, that guy. He's one guy that I think don't really care. He just wants to win, and you can feel the energy every time he throws, man. Him paired
Yeah.
up with Jamie Graham, I think it's gonna be an awesome partnership. I think.
Yeah, definitely interesting.
That I would say I'd put that team in the top, one of the top five.
For sure. Yeah.
Harbaugh.
Ellis and
Yeah.
Harbaugh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I like that team.
Hissner and Birchfield.
Yeah.
Yep. They're the same. Yep. Champs. Yep.
Twins teaming up with Austin
But then-
Waskow.
Okay. Yep.
Yep, Austin Waskow.
That rings a bell now.
Yeah. Another. Yeah. Gavin. Who's he
And then
teamed up with
Braden.
now? Gavin Cano. He's teamed up with
Sammy Soto.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's another.
That was an interesting one. I
That's
like watching
something.
Sammy Soto.
Yeah.
He's fun to watch play.
Yeah. That's another good
Yeah.
team to be on lookout for.
Yep.
For sure.
Hey,
Trader.
what
And,
about our
Braden.
locals here?
Braden Wilson and AJ Sims. Now
Yeah.
they switched back
Yeah.
companies. I think they're gonna be right up there too.
They were just a fun team to watch, man. They were a fun team to watch with their interactions between each other. And then, oh yeah, the kid hit a bunch of big shots in a lot of tournaments this year. Watching him play, man, holy cow!
Yeah, he was
Holy
fun to
cow.
watch. Man.
He was. I mean,
Hey,
interaction.
AJ believed in him every time. If you heard his mic, like when he was close to the mic, he told him, "Whatever you need to do, you do it."
Mhm.
And what about our boy Jay Rubin and Ryan Trader? I didn't hear anybody say that.
All right.
Real
Did
quiet.
you?
He did
Yeah.
quietly,
I didn't hear
yeah.
it.
Which
That
is
would
going to be interesting because traders throw, stepping over usually.
He
So
has,
we're going to see.
he has adjusted already.
I believe it.
He's adjusted already.
I believe it.
Well,
Do you think it changed his game at all? Like slightly even, even for the collects or something,
It will. It'll soften it because that's one of his things to follow through for the push.
Yeah.
And so he has to step back a little bit farther now because he still steps. It's going to be a little bit softer throw for that.
yeah.
I think it'll be all right. He might get a better angle if he's going to be back however long he steps, 2-3 feet, whatever it is. He might get a better angle at it. So that might work out.
Yeah, that. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Nasty.
No, I said definitely that's a fun team to be rooting for because obviously they're local, they're local guys. I'm just
Sure.
concerned as far as obviously Jay's coming out of retirement. He hasn't played against a couple of these guys are newer players. Ryan's got that new step rule to figure out. Not only that, sophomore slump. I haven't seen anybody get on fire their rookie season and follow up the second year.
Well, and throw in new bags too, because who knows what they're going to throw.
Correct. I haven't seen any same thing's gonna apply to Ellis. I haven't seen any rookie come out on fire and just light the whole league up, and then next year follow up with a top 10. Like they usually fall off the second year, So that's one thing I worry
We'll
about.
have to watch
Ryan.
Jaden Ellis, man. He put on a good year. This will be his sophomore year.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's true. Hey,
What?
this is a good transition. What goes better with new teams than any new bag releases coming out? I mean, you all know me. I'm an Ultra fan. Viper RSs are already on their way to the house.
Mhm.
You guys got anything new and exciting? Any bags you're excited for? Any
Hell
manufacturers
yeah.
you're watching?
Guardian X Brotherhood, man. Me and Nasty been throwing them in on the Monday League,
Yeah.
right out of the bag, just started throwing them. They feel awesome. They feel good. Obviously the new side's a little crispy right now, but that slow side and the fill of the bag just feels awesome. It's got action. They're not too fast like a Valkyrie, right out of the bag. It's just fast as hell and they take forever to break in.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, Nancy still hasn't broken his in. I don't know if Chad has. I don't know, Switch, if you've played with his Valkyries.
I have. They're loosening up. They're still a little fast. That's just got a set of Valkyries. And we took them out to Screw City's blind draw. And we were playing with them. And I'm like, these things are fast. So
Yeah.
I actually took them. They have on their stage that's sitting there. It's like office carpet. It's not really rough, and it's
Yeah.
not too soft. So I took and rubbed the slow side on the carpet, and it started pulling the fibers enough, and it actually slowed the bags down.
Good.
Smart.
Yeah.
Impromptu. That's that kind of leads me to a question that I didn't have lined up. But Switch, how do you break in your bags? There's 1,000 ways to skin the cat. But
Oh, I've heard this before.
So
I've asked them.
I use Toss Sauce Nuked or Toss Sauce
Okay.
Carpet Muncher. I prefer the Nuked over all of them. But
Okay.
I use straight hot water, and the Nuked I use a double dose, and I soak them for 2 hours, working them in the hot water every 30 minutes,
Oh boy.
and then I rinse them out, and then I soak them again for another hour in just hot water, then rinse them
Okay.
out, and then in the dryer for, I'm going to say probably about 20 minutes with no heat, and they come out money.
Is it how close to perfect is that for you? Like a perfect bag, how close does it get it? I hope it doesn't go past, but how close is it?
It's pretty close. I mean, once they're done, I mean, they still got to slow down a little bit, but they're usually pretty loose how I like a bag.
Okay.
Because I like a floppy bag. I don't like a thick, full bag. They just bounce on me with the way I throw.
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense. And then I guess one of the next ones we got coming up here.
How does that change on materials, though, too?
the
That's
blue
true.
set is newer than this set,
Roosevelt.
and they're about the same. I don't throw the fast side a lot on my bag,
Okay.
so they tend to stay a little bit crispier on the fast side,
Okay.
and they stay true to the speed. So
That's big.
That works. And then we move on. What do we got here? Some upcoming events. I know the ACL has the Rock Hill Open out in South Carolina. That is the 4th through the 6th. A little bit of everything there. Pro teams, they got the draft going on there. They got media day. They got the rookie showcase. The shoot. It's going to be a shootout format, just so everybody knows.
Oh, really?
Limited rounds. Yep. Limited rounds that day.
Nice.
It'll be on ESPN Plus, Cornhole TV, ACL Cornhole TV, and most social medias. Follow where you can. Anybody have anything exciting coming up? More, maybe even local events or events you're traveling to?
We all know about the Badgeland Brawl's coming up, right? In November, a couple months from now. Badgeland Brawl.
Yep.
Yep.
I think, Henry, you guys got something going on in hoops this Saturday, no? Which
yes,
is it bringing your own partner in
Yeah.
hoops? I think.
yeah, it's the 10th annual Hoops Fest. Bring your own partner. Start time, I believe, is noon.
And then I
Nice.
think, yeah.
And I think Lake County has one going too. Their starts at noon as well.
Nice.
Well, Westside the Deaf Community has a switch and a blind draw coming up starting October 12th. Give those guys a shout out. They're going to be at the Midwest Sportsplex out there in Hinckley.
Nice.
I think they got something coming up soon
Yeah,
too.
varsity does. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that is coming up, but they got a tournament coming up also.
Yep, Hoops Fest that he just mentioned,
Mhm.
Saturday, 1 p.m., 21st of September. That's that's in 2 days.
Yes, sir.
That's right around the corner.
So
You obviously play the Eskridge.
all the ACL regionals are starting too in the area. So the first one
Yeah.
is October 16th. I'll be playing in Madison, and my regional partner this year will be Brody.
Nice.
Nice.
There we go.
So we
Tough
plan
team.
on making a lot of
Yeah.
noise at the regionals.
There you go.
October 5th is the first regional
That's cool.
out in Chicago at the Megaplex.
That's Chi-Towns, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So is
And
that
they
the same,
They got Regional 2 is November 30th, so they're going to be knocking them out once a month, maybe. Yeah, I think they're set up once a month. Regionals once a month.
Yeah, once a month.
Yep. Oh, how do you feel about the new point system and the new payout system through ACL? I knew that was a kid. That's addicted to cornhole.
I'm not too fond of that because I think you're going to lose a lot of players from the ACL because they're not. Why would they go and give their money just to get a prize back if they do well? You know.
Yeah. It was interesting. I was watching Mike's Bags. He's got a little podcast starting up here, and he does 30-minute episodes, 40-minute episodes, and in there he was talking about the payouts and losing people because they have no chance to get their money back, and they pay the same entry as tier 1 people. You know what I mean? And
right.
That's interesting. And they were talking ACL swag could be a set of bags, could be a set of boards, could be apparel, jerseys, etc. Yeah, maybe worth more than what your cash prize would typically be. But if you already have, most of us probably already have a set of boards, let's be honest. Is that what we would be looking for, you know?
Right.
And I think that's the big debate right now. I think that's what people are trying to figure out. It doesn't make sense.
Circle back to that, Matt. So what is the payouts now as far as you're saying, like where they changed it? Do you know?
Well, tier 1 is the only one that gets money into your ACL wallet.
Okay.
Tier 2 and 3 get ACL swag is what is listed as. So like I said, it could be boards, could be a jersey, could be bags, could be anything that's ACL branded, really. You know, a bag of corn nuts, you never know. You just never know.
I'm not too fond of that because like my wife goes a lot with me, you know, other friends go to opens around the area, so it's just they're not gonna want to go, and then, you know, I think they're gonna lose out on a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it'll be interesting on that one. And how do you guys feel about the players? So the ACL has a lot of bag sponsors, but they don't really have outside sponsors. Like you don't see Red Bull out there. You don't see, you know, Monster or Pepsi or Coke or really anything out there. I think you see Bacardi and Corn Nuts and Johnson's Brats and stuff. So a lot of the you think it's going to be possible for the players to get those sponsors in, or you think it's going to be held to the league to do that?
Well, for people to get Red Bull, they're probably gonna have to do tricks while they throw the bag. They're gonna have
if you watch Seabass's profile, he does it all the time. He'd be a great candidate.
Yeah, he's gonna have to
first Red Bull Pro sponsored player.
Jump out of a plane and right before he lands, throw the bag to see if he can.
It's airmail.
Yeah, right. A real airmail.
Yeah, because I think it would be interesting, especially since these bigger companies would be able to do the reveals. Look at how many players are doing their reveals now. I mean, eventually the players are going to have more control, but they don't. They're not a bigger personality than the league yet. So we'll see what happens. I think that's an interesting thing to watch over the next probably 2 or 3 years when they want to go to the Olympics. Once we make it to the Olympics.
Hey, they're in college though. I mean, you can get scholarships to play bags. I mean, how far are we?
Touche.
Well, you got to get the stamped boards out first, too.
I got a Sharpie.
Nah.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
Do you guys remember when we used to sign the boards back in the day? No, that's not even a thing anymore.
Hey, I got a 4.
Hey, Monday partner Eric, when we play at his house, you get a 4-bagger, you sign the board. That's still a thing.
Oh, do you?
That's
we don't do
a
it.
thing at his house. That's still a thing at his house.
We have all the crew from like 19, you know, like 18 and 19, I think.
All
You
of
guys
our boards
are
are too nice. We don't want to sign them.
When you guys first started, you signed the bag, you signed the boards, and you throw a 4-bagger.
Yeah.
Switch, did you do that, Switch?
Yes. My
He's like, yeah.
my cousin, he's like, every 4-bagger you got to sign it. So my signature's on there.
So did you like paint the board with your signature, basically?
On both sides and everything.
Yeah, it's down to
Front and
underneath.
back, both ends.
Yeah.
That's good. And then we'll come up to the closing rounds here. Remy, you got anything to go over? Anything exciting?
No, I mean you pretty much hit them all. Besides new bags, I think there's still more coming out that they haven't dropped yet. You know, and then a lot of like the teams that haven't announced yet, or the signature series of each. I know BG's doing Braden Wilson and what's his name? Braden and
AJ Sims.
yeah, AJ. They're having their own signature series, you know, bags, and I don't know. That I'm interested in, and obviously those Viper RS is finally again ultra way late in the game, but at least they're doing it.
Yeah, Touche. Kev, you got anything to go over?
No, not really. I think we've covered. I think most of the stuff we wanted to touch on, but yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Los, anything?
Yeah, just lastly is head out to your bars and all the places that have the bags leagues or blind draws. I mean, get out there, you know, everyone needs to go. Wednesdays, my boy right here, Matt, has it at Bannerman's. You know, Fridays, if you're feeling lucky, they have a big airmail pocket. Newbies don't get all of it, but you still get a chance. But anyone else, I mean, they have a big bag count. Switch, you got anywhere to promote? You like any places that you go to Tuesday, Mondays, Thursdays?
Right now, just out of Kingston Lanes. Pretty soon we'll be back indoors. So it'll be trademark events in Woodstock, formerly Flores.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they changed, huh? When did they change?
Probably just a name, no?
I want to say the
name, maybe owner.
Oh, you're talking about. So yes, they changed owners.
Yeah.
So the guy was initially hired to help run it as a manager, and then he ended up buying it from the original owners, and has changed it to now trademark events.
That'll be huge, and it's nice that they everybody stayed around and bags still played there, and now the league going on there. That'll be huge.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
It's a nice joint. It's interesting. It's definitely different levels of that place. By the doors, the boards get a little slow.
Yeah.
Other than that, everywhere in the middle, you're fine.
Yeah.
But that's good. And Switch, I want to thank you for hanging out with us for half hour, whatever it's been, and outside insight to us is always appreciated.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you, buddy.
Yeah, thank you, Switch. Thank you, buddy.
All right, this is all that in a bar soap. Signing out for the evening.
Yeah.
Signing out for the evening. Here we go.
Yeah. Hey, where's the logo? The logo dance.
You know, man.
There you go.
Thanks for crazy. Anyways, guys, thanks for staying. And I think we'll still add a montage. Nasty, what do you think? Are we adding a montage of podium?
Yeah.
Cool.
Just wearing it and Switch.
Yeah, Touche. Can you pause on mine for a little extra, like an extra 5 seconds? That'd be awesome. I don't win that often, so it's nice to be.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. Switch. Have a good night. Peace out.
All right. Peace.
Have a good night.
Wait, do we actually do free talk now? Is that how that works?
Oh, yeah. We kind of forgot about that. Yeah.
Free talk.
That's
Hey, so how about this? Switch, you got a question for us?
Turn the mic.
Yeah, you guys going to do some sponsorship with some of your local players?
Do you understand that we need about 5,000 more people watching this for us to do anything like that?
Hey, I think it would be really cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, man. Trust me.
It'd be fun.
If this can get something like that, trust me, we're gonna be the first to not only like go to these places and hopefully to bring them more noise, but to also, you know, eventually the one day that we can do that, if we can do that one day, would be cool to be like, hey, welcome our first and hopefully, you know, of many. That would be awesome. It would be something cool to do. Because this is what we're doing it for, right? We're doing it for fun, we're doing it for knowledge, and we're doing it for, we just want to see the sport.
I need some swag so that way I can put you guys out there when I travel.
I like it.
swag,
There we
bro.
go.
Los is wearing some right now.
Check it out.
Oh yeah, he's got the swag on.
And we
Hey.
gotta get out. We got to. It's just we took some time off to go play ourselves as well, you know, to get a little bit better. And I can tell you, a few of us have hit the podium in the last 2 months. So I mean, it's been some good times of playing at different places, you know. So I'm kind of glad for the time off. You know, we got to play a lot since. So.
Circles again, and we're trying not to swim through this mess that we're making. Will all this shit come to an end? I said. Mass destruction, it feels like it's too late. Contradicting everything that we say. Blinded with belief that we can fake another shakedown. Suffering